A very good morning to you and welcome to the third day of the National Blind Cricket Week. Coming to you today, I'm live from the Pirates B Oval. We are watching the Kwa-Zulu Natal team who are fielding resplendent in their Hollywood Bets kit, which is great to see and wonderful to see a big name sponsor putting their money behind blind cricket. They are facing a border team who are in the navy blue. And as you join me, we've got Tebogo Molasani, B3 bowler, coming in from the green side end. And a chance for a caught and bowled there, as he was the opening batsman for border, Bongela Mangindi, smashed that back at him. But it just caught his fingertips. And they go through for a single. The score is 36 for 1. We've had 5.5 overs this morning. It is a beautiful day. Might actually get quite a bit warmer than it has been the last couple of days. It really is a perfect day for cricket. Very, very fast field this as well. It's faster than the field below us, the Pirates A field. And certainly doesn't look like it's benefited from any of the rain that we've had in the last couple of weeks here in Gauteng. The batsman facing is the B1, I think it's Kalari Matieri. It is Bangela Mangindi. And his runner today is the number 8, Walter Mova, who's one of the bowlers for border. And that takes them through to 38 for 1 after 5.4. Molasani coming in again, and a strong shot, cross-batted straight back over the bowler's head by Molasani. By Mangindi, of course, Mangindi, and he goes through to is it Viwa Bonase? Who's the? Viwa Bonase is the B1. Okay, Bangela Mangindi is the number 12, the B2 batsman who he's batting with. Right, so this is going to be Viwa Bonase now. He's the B1, just centering himself. Takes quite an upright stance for a B1. Should get his bat nice and flat. He does, though. He crouches down, tries to swipe it into the onside, misses it. That is a dot ball. 39 for 1 after 6 overs. The two batsmen at the moment, so Bangela Mangindi, he is 15 of 19, and Viwa Bonase 14 of 12. The score 39 of 6 is slightly above a runner ball, but probably below par. And this Kwa-Zulu Natal team is a strong one and should be able to chase that fairly easily at this stage, that run rate. So a border really do need to step up. The two bowlers that have been operating, Sipilele Kalala, he is the B1 bowler. He's bowled 1 over and gone for 7 runs. And Tebogo Molasani, he's also bowled the 1 over for 6 runs. It is going to be Sipilele again to bowl his second over. The two umpires today are at the Parkhurst end is umpire Nathan Malchas. He's very active in the Randburg Cricket Club around this area, and is currently standing square at the greenside end is Karel Ardense, who has spent many years umpiring for Central Gauteng Lions. Swept well behind square by Bongela Mangindi, and they come through for a single that takes them brings the 40 up, 40 for 1 after 6.1 overs. Of course, Viwa Bonase very unlucky yesterday, having faced just one ball. His running partner managed to run himself out, and so through no fault of his own, he was out for a duck. He did not look happy about it as he was walking off. This is going to be a leg side wide. It is called thus by Nathan. And we go to 41 for 1. Outside the offside this time, and Viwe really does prostrate himself trying to cut that away into the offside. Doesn't get his timing right, and it is a dot ball. Swept into the onside. It is fielded by the man at that short mid wicket, and no run. 41 for 1 after 6.3. Again attempting that sweep to leg side, comes off the leg though, and no run. Another dot ball goes through to the keeper and no run. Swept well into the onside by Viwe. They're going to run 2, which means that they get 4 to the total, and a really good shot seeing the B1 batsman managing to get it through the ring. Score now 45 for 1, and that is the end of the 7th over. Right, change of bowler. It is going to be the Kwa-Zulu Natal opening batsman, Tapiso Ngalane, to bowl from the green side end. He's a B2 player and comes in off a bit of a runner, and Bongela just sweeping that into the onside, but not strongly enough to be able to get away from the keeper, and no run. Much better strike there, and there is a B1 player at square leg who prostrates himself and is able to do the fielding. Very, very good cricket there by the number 15, Lutando Nake, to affect that fielding and keep it to a single. 46 for 1. Viwe to face. He is on 18 off 17. Mistimes his sweep and no run. Sweeps again, plays far too early there, and no run. Crouches down, gets almost a backward. Oh, there's a run out confusion here, and he is given out. That is the second time in 2 days that Vue's runner has sold him down the river, and honestly, that is very, very, very poor cricket from the runner. Absolutely appalling that he's managed to again disrupt Vue when he was really building a good innings. And I think the runner there, incidentally, is Walter Mova, and I think Vue can be quite rightly irritated with his running partner. The new batsman, number 7, is Lazola Daniels. Am I able to give? So Vue Bonase scored 18 of 19, including a 4. Well, it was a run 4. But he's looking depressed and angry about that run out, with absolute due cause.
There's a run out. Yeah. 46 for 2. 46 for 2. 7.5.
So the new batsman is Lazola Daniels, number 7. He's a B3, and there is a long discussion now between the umpires and the captain. Not sure what that's about. But it will be Tabiso Ngalane to bowl his final ball of this over. 46 for 2 after 7.5 overs. Very first ball, Lazola Daniels just plays it into the onside. There's a sliding stop in the outfield, and they come through for a single. The end of the 8th over, 47 for 2. Looks like the umpires are giving us the benefit of an additional ball.
Hey guys.
No, there was confusion, and they have recognised that always as an umpire, check with the scorers. I think he probably heard my commentary, actually. It was 18. Yeah. 47 for 2. Score is 47 for 2 after 8 overs. The bowler, we're just having to wait to see who that's going to be. It is a B1 player. I'm not sure whether it is Sipulela again.
No, it is not.
It's not.
We'll just check.
Is a B1 bowler to bowl from the green side end, from the Parkhurst end rather. We'll tell you in a moment who it is.
It's not nice.
And played into the onside strongly by Daniels. They come through for 1. Takes it to 48 for 2 now. Bangela Manklindi is on 17 of 22. Daniels just got off the mark now, 1 of 1. No ball is called.
And it's definitely not like
Right, so the bowler for that over was the KwaZulu Natal number 18, who I don't have on my list. Kanyiso. Kanisani. So at the end of that over, 9 overs bowled, 55 for 2. The bowler is number 23. Nonanana.
It's no.
He's going to be bowling 2 Daniels. So there's a bit of a delay in play. We're just waiting for the umpires to finish discussing something with the KwaZulu Natal captain. Right, well, whatever the problem was seems to have resolved itself, and so the field is spread again, and we are waiting for number 23, Nonanana, to bowl his first over. He'll be bowling to Daniels, Lazola Daniels, who brings out the reverse sweep straight away. He's played that really, really well. That's probably going to get all the way to the boundary. I think it has. And 4 runs signalled by Andre Carlson. And that takes them through to 59 for 2 after 9.1 overs.
Number 22.
Nana bowling at a good pace, and he's the attempted reverse sweep again, but he wasn't really able to get much of it, and they scamper through for a single. That'll bring up the 60 for 2 after 9.2. Swept hard and in the air through the mid-wicket region. The ball is slowing. I think the fielder is going to catch it. He does indeed, and they come through for 2. 62 for 2 now. That brings Bangela onto 22 of 26. Lazola is there on 10 of 7. Fast ball but down the leg side, and that is called a wide. 63 off 2. 63 off 9.3 rather, sorry, 63 for 2. Another wide, this time an offside wide, called 64 for 2. Attempted sweep, it didn't really get much of it, and the keeper's able to field. They do come through for a single, 65 for 2, and Mangela Manqindi is on to 23 of 27. Played well into the onside, was in the air for a bit, now fielded by number 7 Tebogo Molasani, and they go through for a single, 66 for 2. Strong ball hit straight through the covers. They're going to come back for 2. There is a chance of a run out here. He's going to have to scamper. Oh, and it's a direct hit. And that is the end of Lazalo Daniels. Very, very good fielding by Kwa-Zulu Natal. And the man who did the fielding there was the number 22 for KZN. It's Bruce Mvundla, who did superbly well as a B2 to collect that, fire it in, get the direct hit. And that is the end of Lazalo Daniels. He scored 11 runs off 8 balls before being run out at the bowler's end, chancing a single into the covers. And KZN now 67 for 3.
Number 14 guys.
The 2 batsmen coming in are number 14 Matula Klamini, and he is accompanied. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at KwaZulu Natal. Number 14, eh? Pongani? Pumlani.
Mabandla.
Pumlani.
And it was over, and he's facing.
So it is going to be Pumlani Mabandla. He is a B2, I'm assuming? Yeah.
So, 11 of 8, I got that, yeah.
After 10 overs, Border are 67 for 3.
Yes, correct. Captain having a discussion with him right there.
Yes, I have 68, and then extra 67.
Are we getting a different run or not?
There's a discussion of gloves. Normally, when you see people bring on gloves for no reason whatsoever, it's actually just an instruction from the dugout. which I think is exactly what's going on here. But the guys have literally just come in. Oh, they are actually giving him a pair of gloves, so maybe this is legitimate. I know as an umpire I would have chased him off until the end of the over though.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Exactly.
So Puma
Akuphala sijaha khona inkinga nje ukuthi ngilindwe ngamabhiya yona. I remember this is not a job. Angithi basitshela kanjalo phela. But this is not a job.
So chill.
Yeah. Ayikho into esiyenzayo akho.
Man, look hot.
The bowler is Kanyasani Nklecha. Is it though? No, it's definitely not.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Change of bowler.
Is a change of bowler. We'll tell you who he is in a moment. He comes in for a bit of a run-up. He is number 7.
Molaisani? Yes. Molaisani.
Tebogo Molisani. He's a B3.
Yes.
An opening batsman for this KwaZulu Natal team.
Coming back was good.
Man, look hot.
Moloisani. When I went to Molosani.
Moloisani.
Hits straight back at the bowler and no run.
No, I'm not shooting now.
Man, look hot. Now we currently just shoot. Oh, what clear it through to shoot an amoko?
No, not she.
Dead ball?
Dead ball again.
What's that?
Not sure why that was called dead ball.
What are you for?
So he'd already released it.
Not to know me.
Yeah, yeah, let's get it.
I think that might have been for the fielding side talking as the bowler was running into bowl. The next ball though is just bunted back to the bowler and another dot ball.
Angithina mengiplan ukuyadinga amehla mangihlupha. Angiyabona nje kahle
I
kanjani.
think they just bought.
Yo perfect.
Kuba clear, no.
Dot.
Another dot ball.
It's 4 dots.
Ngase clearly ya. Kudlula mangana
Mangibonela wena. Kula wena khona ukuthi ngiyinkinga yamehlo. Yes, please send them via WhatsApp.
This is going to be a leg ball wide. So that takes the total on to 68 for 3 after 10.4 overs.
Samsung. Hayi siyabangena this year. Umuntu ushintshe ifoni. Siyabangena. Nolindi usibhayile. Awunemali uzothini?
So good call. Good calls. Good calls.
And another dot ball. Umpire calls over. And after 11 overs, 68 for 3.
207 correct.
Oh, over guess.
Yebo. 207.
But still you wait the book card. 75 balls.
Yebo.
9 extras.
Yebo.
168 for 3.
Yes.
Lots of 6 partnership bonus. 10 or 8.
Yeah, the bowler from the side looks like it is going to be number 14 for KwaZulu Natal. That's Matula Dlamini.
Matula Zamini, yes.
He's a B1.
Matula Zamini.
Lamini.
Yes. Tallest of the B1s.
Yeah. This is a new.
Ungosi.
B1.
Yeah, if you want.
Ungosi.
It's a big one.
Life, man. Ngisabaholela noma kuphethele kuze plan cricket.
Oh, it's almost about 20 minutes.
Angeke kodwa coach ungatholile.
Swept really confidently through the mid-on region, and they are going to come through for a single. Good shot there by the border opener, Bongela Manqindi. He moves on to 24 of 34. Next ball, much slower ball, and the B1 batsman. Oh, there's a mix-up here again. I hope we're not going to see another B1 run out. No, we're not. Running leaving a little bit to be desired in this border team. I've watched them yesterday as well, and their running was absolutely chaos all the way through their innings. So that is definitely something that they need to work at.
B2.
They do get through for a single, and it's a B2 single, so they go through 70 for 3. Phumlani Mabandla has scored, must be 2 runs, surely.
Pardon?
Oh no, Phumlani's a B2, my apologies, I thought he was B1. Another strong shot by Bongela, and he plays this through mid-on. They come through for a single. $71 for 3 after 11.3.
So, what's the issue with the breakfast tonight? I was thinking about
We tried to make provision for nothing.
Another run-up confusion,
Number 9.
and again it is the border runners not communicating properly, and another batsman through no fault of his own run out because of the poor running by the border runners. The runner in that case, number 6, Avungila Nodziba, and I feel for them. That was an unnecessary wicket, and that is the end of Phumlani Mabundla. He's scored 1, and a border now 71 for 4.
Still could you move on to Natal? Hopefully I can only put one anyway.
So Mavunda throw
Yes.
15 balls, 15. Makokolwane. Mawaka makokolwane. Coming in. Actually, it's 2 hours. On Sundays. Okay, thanks. Thank you. I did lunch by breakfast by
Can you-
Mawaka makokolwane.
The new batsman, number 15, Mawaka, he's a B1, so he's off at the square leg, and the runner will be Lazola Daniels.
So I think he's facing he's facing
Played confidently and dropped at cover. It got big on him very, very quickly. And a no ball is called as well.
yes. Yes it is.
B1. Yes, he played.
is going to be the B1 batsman now, Mawaka, to face. He's a left-hander. He's going to be facing the bowling of Matula Glamini, who is also a B1. Played into the offside. The runners come through and they complete it safely. 75 for 4. One ball remaining in the 12th over. The score 75 for 4. Swept very, very strongly and in the air into mid-off. Attempt to collect it by Nonanana, but he gets it on the bounce, gets it back in. They go through for a singles at the end of the 12th over. 76 for 4 on border. And Nonanana has hurt himself in attempting that fielding. It looks like he's pulled his upper hamstring and is still on the floor. They are bringing the world's slowest medical man onto the pitch.
It should have been at 10 overs.
It's decided he's not needed.
No, here's why when don't break. They're going to delay and they complain.
Right, so it is going to be Bongela Mngwindi to face the first ball of this next over. He sweeps it around into the onside and is collected by the man who's fielding at fine leg. Sends it back in. They go through for a single. 77 for 4. The bowler is Sipilela Kalala, a B1. So far he's bowled 2 overs today, 0 for 14.
He's a SA chap as well.
Sipilela plays for our national team. He's one of their top B1s. And unfortunately bowls are offside wide in this particular case. 78 for 4. Again outside the off stump, but this time not called a wide. And so the score will stay at 78 for 4 after 12.2. It's between the batsman and the leg stumps, so they get away with it not being a wide. That offside channel, but a little too wide, and so wide signalled by Nathan Malchus, and another one to the total. 79 for 4. Played straight into the midriff of the man fielding at silly mid-off. Who I think is Nonanana, who's hurt himself again. Left alone outside the off stump. Wide ball. That'll bring the 80 up. And this time he gets it straight on It's bowled off an under edge of the bat of Mawaka. That is the end of his innings, and the score is now 80 for 5 with 1 ball remaining in the 13th over. The figures for oh no, we've already replaced it. The figures for Mawaka: he's scored 2 runs off the 5 balls that he faced. Thank you. New batsman is Sonwabile Makasi. Actually opened the batting in one of yesterday's games. A very competent B3 batter. It'll be interesting to see what he can achieve here.
Oh, I'm from so not being my cousin number 11. I'm from there. Yeah. I'm from there. Relocated to Jordan long ago. Yeah.
He places confidently through the leg side. There is a man out there who does the fielding, and he gets off the mark with a single. 81 for 5 now at the end of the 13th over.
Yeah, great fielder. We've got 81 after 13.
You take 1 more wicket, you get a bonus point.
Yeah.
The new bowler for Kwa-Zulu Natal, number 9, Bati Kalelo.
Anati Kalelo.
It's Anati.
Yes.
Okay, it's Anati
Anati.
Kalelo. He's a B2, starts off his stint with a leg side wide, which takes us through to 82 for 5. Played into the leg side, it looped a little bit, the keeper wasn't able to get underneath it, and no run.
Hi guys. Did you get water or anything?
No, we only got water from the water guys.
So can I bring you?
Yes, please.
Okay, guys, what I'm going to do, sorry we had a mishap. So
the balls that you missed, one was played into the onside for no run, and then a dot ball again, so the score is still 83 for 5 after 13 and a half overs. Played confidently through the mid-on region, is collected by Nonanana, and they go through for a single.
No, he's
84 for 5.
Oh, yeah.
And 1 ball remaining in this over. 2 balls remaining in this over. Oh, he gets a bit on it. It just goes through to the keeper. No run taken. 1 ball remaining with the score 84 for 5 after 13.5. Faster ball there by the number 9, Anati Kalelo, and they just knock it into the onside. That is the end of the 14th over. 85 for 5 is the score. The batsman Sonwabile Makasi, he's on 3 of 5. Bangela Manqindi, he is 30 of 41. Bowlers at the moment, Sipulela Kalala, he is a B1, is bowled 3 overs, 1 for 18. And Anasi Kalelo, 3 overs, 0 for 18.
Yeah. 311. But it is a change of bowler. It looks like it is Dlamini. Yes.
So change of bowler, we think this is the number 14. Matala Dlamini is a B1 as well. Matula Dlamini. Can't read my own handwriting. He's already bowled 1 over this this innings, went for 8 runs, and this one is immediately played into the onside, down to fine leg. They come through for a single, and the score goes on to 86 for 5.
Batsman is 30 of 35. Yeah, well, 3 of 5. Yes, partnership 5 of 8. Yeah,
Reverse sweep, there is someone here at short third man. It's and it is fielded well, and they just come through for a single. Much slower ball, and he does deceive the batsman with the pace, but it is also shown as a wide, and we go on to 88 for 5. Well weighted and played into the onside all the way down to the man on the boundary there. His fielding means that they only get a single. Very good cricket that by Kwa-Zulu Natal. Next ball again quite slow, but played through the offside. Don't think this is going to make the boundary. It is being chased, and the man does reach it. They come through for 2. That is enough to get the Kwa-Zulu Natal innings up into the 90s. 91 for 5 now after 14.4 overs. Sonwabile Makasi is on 5 of 7. Bangela Manqindi is 33 of 43 balls. 1 short called, so we will go back down to 90. Slow ball again, he gets an inside edge, just misses his stumps, is going to be a dot ball. Played into the onside, they come through for a single. That will take them through now to 92 for 5 at the end of the 15th over. 91 for 5, sorry, at the end of the 15th over. 5 overs remaining, with Kwa-Zulu Natal batting at smidgen over a runner ball. Not Kwa-Zulu, of course, Border batting at 91 at an over runner ball, or at pretty much a runner ball at 91 for 5 after 15 overs. Just a delay while we wait for the fielders to be sorted out. Tebogo Molasani is going to be the bowler. He's going to be bowling to Mangela Mkindi.
Muloisan.
Strong showing by Molasani, long follow through as well. Played into the onside, they are going to be able to take a single. That'll take them through to 92 for 5, and Mangela's score to 34. Bowls again, he actually just knocks it onto his own foot, and they're not going to take a single there. Dot ball.
There's only one person there.
Yeah, I'm gonna cover that because we're the top one now.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you say spring water.
Yeah. I'm gonna cover that because we're the top one now.
Any better pictures and I got involved. So tell her.
Please, man.
Next ball played strongly onto the onside. Actually, not particularly, didn't really get all of it, and the keeper's able to do his own fielding. They come through for a single. That is 95 for 5 now, with one ball remaining in the 15th over, in the 16th over. Played strongly back down the pitch. They run through for 1. They're going to turn. They're going to take a second. There is a chance of a run out here if there's a direct hit. Given not out by the umpire. Shakes his head. And a call of a short run as well. It's all happening. Look at the replay of that, he did get in fairly easily. The short run was at the bowler's end, we haven't seen that actually. So 96 for 5 now with 4 overs remaining in this innings. Sonobili Makasi is there on 8 of 10. Mangelo Manklindi is there on 35 of 48. Is he in line to get to his half century today? Played very, very well into the onside, and it will be fielded by the man at fine leg. They come scampering through for 2. Two runs for Makasi, that brings him up to 10 and 98 for 5.
You must work for this man.
Another ball played into the onside, but there is a man out there who's fielded very well all day, and he brings it in. Just the single.
And you don't think with 100, with 200 up.
Hmm?
99 for 5 at the moment.
Sikubuzile ukuthi kukuphi.
16.2.
Kuphelile because abantu bebezidiga phaa bezibamba
Cause
ngaphezulu.
And that will be the border 100 as it's sent down to fine leg. They come scampering back. They do make it easily. So that will be 101 for 5 now after 16.3 overs. Sonwabili Makasi is there on 11 of 12. Bangela Mankrindi is 37 of 49. The bowlers at the moment, Matula Glamini, he's halfway through his third over. He's 0 for 19. And Tebogo Molusani, who is 12 without a wicket after 3 overs. 101 for 5 at the moment. Again played to that man at a deep square leg.
Run.
He collects, fields it, keeps it to 1. 102 for 5.
Sure.
Oh, he plays it on. Fantastic wickets for the number 14 for Border, who is for 14 for KwaZulu Natal rather, who is Matula Glamini. Very, very happy with that wicket, and that brings down the 6th wicket now. 102 for 6 after 16.5.
Who went out there? What's it name?
The man who is out is Sonwabili Makasi,
So, Bangela for the
and he scored round about 11 runs, I think, 12 runs, somewhere around there. Sipelela Kalala is the bowler from this end. That's the third ball of his innings. They come through for a single. His bowling figures at the moment 3.1. The first ball was a no ball. 3.1. 1 wicket for 20 runs. Gone the 2 batsmen at the moment. Malwanda Sompe, he's on 2 of 3, and Bangela Manklindi is 38 of 50. 105 for 6.
No ball.
Another no ball called. 106 for 6.
Why?
Another wide ball off the offside, and the score goes on to 107 for 6. Played hard into the offside. Nonanana does the fielding. His throw unfortunately is wide, and they come through 4-2, and that takes the score through to 109 for 6, and pushes Manklindi into his 40s. 40 off 52.
Another thing is this one's in. It was 4 for 40.
Played into the onside, they come through for a single. Nonanana doing the fielding again. The throw is poorly backed up, means they're going to be able to come through for a second again, and that pushes Manklindi onto 42, closing in on his half century now. A very, very well deserved innings, chanceless innings. This time he plays through the offside, and they're going to certainly get a single. I don't think they're going to risk take. They are coming back for the 2. There's a chance of a run out here, not cleanly collected at the wicket, and a no ball given as well. 113 for 6. Now it's going to be 114 for 6, and Manklindi goes on to 44 off 54.
Yeah, ungrateful.
Safely played into the onside. They are again going to steal a second run with the overthrow, and that takes Manklindi on to 46, and the score to 116 for 6. They come through for a single. Manklindi moves on to 47, the score to 117 for 6, with 1 ball remaining in this 18th over.
Can you check the score for Bangela?
47.
47 Bangela.
Head into the onside, they jog through for a single. The batsman this time was not Bangela, it was Malwandle Sompa. He goes through to 3 off 4, and robs Bangela of the strike as well at the end of that over, and the score 118 for 3.
You want to score, eh?
Pardon?
You want to score?
Qalelo, guys.
Right, new bowler is Kalelo, and immediately Sompa is able to play this into the onside to bring his senior partner Manklindi onto strike. The score 119 for 6 after 18.1.
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah, 19.
I was over one of done it.
It's 16 of 11. Partnership.
We're 19 people.
Partnership in 17 was.
Alright. I need to with this one.
Bit of an inside. Oh, I thought he got an inside edge to that, but no, it's been given out by umpire Malchus, and he's not happy with it at all.
You're gonna fight now.
He's going to go and discuss this with the umpire, which he may not do. Yeah, we saw the inside edge from here, I'm afraid. Yeah, this is not okay though. You can't approach the umpire like that, I'm afraid, mate. Is a significant dissent from Manklindi, and he is, I'm sure, going to have to explain his actions to the umpire's tournament director.
Yeah, look at it again.
It was very plumb, but it certainly looked like he got an inside edge from where we were sitting.
I didn't get it. Nothing.
He certainly claimed he did.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Let's have another look at that. Wicketkeeper's in the way of this. Maybe not. No, I think it was a good decision by umpire Malchus. He's certainly very irritated, and he is out now for 47, I think was his score. The new batsman is Walter Mova. He's a B3.
Hey, 47, you 50.
Well, it's a faster ball, and it's gone straight through everything. It's going to be given as a wide as well. Is saved from the boundary.
Wide plus one.
So wide plus the 1, and they go to 120 for 7 after 18.2 overs. Played into the onside by Simpa, who they just go through for a single. So Malwanda Sompa is on to 4 of 5. Walter Mova about to face his first ball of the innings, and the score 121 for 7. 5 of 6, sorry, is his score. He plays very, very well. Sweep fine, and they.
Guys, it's gonna be safe.
No, I think they're going around the ball.
I'm saying they must run.
No, I think no ball, is it? No ball, yeah. Dead ball.
Dead ball.
Okay.
Okay, I think dead ball. Would that have been because the batsman crouched down?
And he called it long ago, yeah.
Okay.
But when he says play, we go down.
So it was dead ball because the batsman crouched too early.
Right.
This time it is going to be called a wide.
Running one.
Oh, they were
Wide plus one.
close to a run out there, but they do get the single in, and so the score now 123 for 7. Oh, there is a strong appeal for hit wicket, and it is given out by the square leg umpire.
Hit the stump.
Yeah, that is the end of Sompa. He's gone for 5, and the score now 123 for 8.
Just like it, he hit the stump.
Pardon?
He hit the stump.
Yeah, he did.
So we are. A superb catch first up. Very, very good shot by the B1 player, but he got a little bit of a lift on it, and the catch was affected by number 3, Limkwani. Superb take above his head at short cover, and that is the end of the adventures of our B1 batsman, Lani Materi. Out first ball, and suddenly our man is on a hat-trick. Score now 123 for 9 after 18.5 overs. The new batsman in is Tobelani Defasi. He's a B1, and the batsman at the other end, Walter Marva, who hasn't scored a run yet. But the bowler, Anati Alelo, B2, he's got one ball remaining in his... in fact, that was the end of the over. So after 4 overs, he is left 23 for 3.
First, you were 1 run behind.
No, you're not the
Okay, I'm 1 run behind. What am I missing? So confirm. The checker now.
This is going to be the final over of the innings. It is going to be bowled by number 7, Tebogo Molasani, and he is bowling to I'm just having a look at who's bowling to.
Moloisani is bowling.
He's going to be bowling to Walter Mervyn.
Yes.
Who sweeps strongly through the onside,
No, bowler to
laces it through, and they are going to come back for 2. 123 for 9.
2 runs. Before you match your because why am I match complete? I can't. I'm forget that. But now once in competition, my English can no longer edit. So guys, tell me why I'm
That's going to be a leg side wide.
Okay,
126 for 9.
Karen, please watch now.
5 balls remaining in the innings.
I say first. 47.
Yes.
6.
Yes.
18.
Yes.
11.
He sweeps this very, very strongly square of the wicket. The fielders are chasing after it hard. He does manage to stop it well with his boot, and they are going to scamper back for a 3rd. Very, very good running by the border pair, and another short run is called. That is very, very frustrating. 128 for 9.
I need to learn that you one.
You know,
Yes, 1.
and then Kopulana 2. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Makasi 11, yes.
Sompa 5.
Yeah. Never 4.
Umeva.
Is not out
4,
yet.
yeah.
And then, okay, I'm extra as a team 23.
Yes, it's 23.
Then I'm not missing a run.
Then
But you guys are 1 run ahead.
your system has a problem.
An attempted sweep was an appeal, I think, going down the leg side.
No, but in compliment,
The batsman is the 11th batsman, Tobelani Defasi. Leg side wide. Not given as a wide, so it must have just touched his foot as it went through. 128 for 9. hit off the toe of the bat by Defasi. It goes into the offside, not far enough away for them to get a run, and it looks like Molasani is closing down this innings very, very well. Just one ball remaining now, 128 for 9. We've only had the 3 runs off this final this final over. And he gets a wicket with the very, very final ball of the innings. That is the end of Defasi. It gives Molasani his first wicket. He's taken 1 for 17 off 4. The hero of the day, Anati Kalelo, he took 3 for 23 off his 4. And Border 128 for 9. We'll be back in 20 minutes with the Kwa-Zulu Natal innings. Right, well, welcome back, and we are just in time for the first ball of the KwaZulu Natal innings.
709.
It is bowled by. We're still waiting to find out who the bowler is, but they do come through for two, and the batsman is Tabiso Ngalane. He's a B2. The bowler is B1. Tell you who he is in a moment. Swept strongly into the onside. Is this going to lace that gap? No, he does manage to get back and or get round to put his boot in front of it. And I think they only went. Did they come through for two there? It's poor running if they didn't. They did make it through for two. Excellent. The state of play is that Border were bowled out on the final ball of their innings for 129, and so KwaZulu Natal need 130 to win at a strike rate of 6.4. We'll play again into the onside, and they're going to come hard back for two. Chance of a run out here. Slow keeping there by Mr. Stones, I'm afraid. But they do get back, and so they are on 6 without loss.
Oh, guys, I'm in Mamelana.
We have the same thing. You are wrong.
I'm in Mamelana. Singadari pitch vision, I'm in Mamelana. Nizanati B2 is facing, B3 is not facing.
Again, they just work it around into the onside, and for 1 run, 7 without loss. Played again into the onside. There is an attempted diving stop by the B1 guy who's at the square leg, and that will be not the end of the over. No, there'll be 1 ball remaining. 8 runs. That's well down the leg side. Actually going to be given a no ball. It's so wide. And so he will have to bowl that again. 9 without loss. No ball again. That brings up double figures. 10 without loss. Much slower ball. He hit it straight into his running partner, which is a pity. And again, that's why these running partners should be well away from the action. No ball again. It plays out into the offside. There is a man covering on the cover boundary, or the cover circle rather, and that is again called a no ball. Not quite sure whether he's bowling it off the pitch, I think. Reverse sweep. Man comes round to cover at third man. It's not the greatest of throws, but he is able to keep them to a single. And so at the end of the first over, it was an expensive one from who was the bowler? Do we know yet? Is that Mawaka? Huh? It was Mawaka the bowler, and 14 without loss. So the new bowler is the number 4 for Border, who is Olani Matieri. He's a B1 bowler and starts with a fairly slow ball that is just worked into the onside by Tebogo Molisani, and they jog through for a single 15 without loss. Played strongly out to square leg. It is collected by Sonobile Mkasi, who sends it back in to the umpire Tim Stones. No, not the umpire, that man's called a wicketkeeper. Wicketkeeper Tim Stones, and they just take the single 16 without loss.
Yeah.
Rolls it carefully. It is played again into the onside and collected once again by Olani. He sends it in, a short run, so they just get the single 17 without loss halfway through the second over. Oh, it's chance of a catch there from the man who made 47 in the first innings, but it just went past his diving fingers, and they will get 2-19 without loss.
Hayi makayigcine imali yakhe anoyaboxback. Hayi makayigcine. Yu. Izophelela ku-transport lo mali. Or kanjani? Boxback. Hayi makayigcine imali yakhe.
Bangicela ukuthi bazonyenza i-EFT mina ngibambela ama-taxi ngithi
Wabamba?
ninkinga ukuthi bangipick up around beki.
That is a no ball, and
Yazi ukuze kahle sokulula kanjani.
the bowler still is the B1, who is rolling it through, and it is worked into the onside, and another no ball given. These no balls, incidentally, are for no ball off the pitch. So if a ball pitches off the pitch, it is considered to be a no ball, not a wide. Sorry. Played into the onsides. The mid-on is going to run around, and they come back for the second. Is there a chance of run out? No! He makes it back in time. That gets us through to 24 without loss at the end of the second over. Very, very good start by Kwa-Zulu Natal, and achieved run rate of 12. That is enough to bring the required run rate down below 6 runs and over. No ball given again. The bowler, incidentally, is the border number 12, Bongela Manklindi. He scored 47 in the first innings. He's a B2 bowler. Swept strongly into the onside. It's going to run all the way down to the boundary, but there is a man there who collects it and sends it back. They just go through for 1. 27 without loss. Played again into the onside. This time it is the final leg who collects it, and a good strong throw back to Tim Stones behind the stumps. And single 28 without loss. Halfway through the third over. Played into the onside, this time in front of square. Is it going to get through to the boundary? No, that sweeper does collect it, and he sends it back in. And I've been quite impressed all the way through this match, actually, how well those boundary riders are able to keep runs to them down to a single. It's not a particularly heavy ball, so it's quite difficult to throw it in from a distance. Swept again, this time behind square to the fine leg. They take the single, the wicketkeeper collects, and that brings up the... Is that the end of the over yet? Not quite. 2.5 overs gone, 31 runs scored. Worked again into the onside, exactly the same shot each time, and that fine leg collects it. It was a bit of a fumble. They thought about coming through for the single, but it would have been disastrous because the throw was good. That is the end of the third over, 32 without loss. The batsmen are Tabiso Ngatane, he's on 15 of 16, and Tebogo Molosani, he's on 10 of 9. The bowlers at the moment, Bangela Manklindi, that 1 over cost him 8 runs, and Kolani Materi, his 1 over cost him 10 runs. Bowler is the number 15 for border. His name is Mawaka Makokolwana. And it's worked into the onside. They go through for a single. 33 without loss. Strong sweep, attempt of a diving stop there, but there is that covering fielder. This time it's the number 11 for border. It's Sonwabile Mkasi. He comes round and collects it. They just go through for the single. 30. Oh, they came through for 2, did they? 35 without loss. Wide outside the off stump, that is going to be called wide. 36 without loss. Into the onside, they go through for a single. 37 without loss after 3.5 overs. Umpires signal halfway to each other. Swept strongly again through the legs of the number 8 at a backward square leg. and Sonobile Mkasi is the fielder who does eventually collect it, and they go through for 2 runs, 39 without loss. 2 balls remaining in this over.
So why are you here?
Played through the mid-wicket region. The diving B1 isn't able to make contact with it, and they go through for 2 again. They've been scoring off 2s all the way through this this over, it feels like. 41 without loss with 1 ball remaining. It's well down the leg side, is going to be called wide by umpire Arendse. Spreads his arms like an ardent and gives the ball back to the bowler to complete his over. Outside the off stump, but pulled across into the leg side. They come through for 1. Are they looking for a single? No, it's good fielding, and he does very, very good, very well to fire it back in. And they probably could have easily taken the second there. It would have been exciting though. And that should be the over. It is indeed the over. And at the end of the 4th over, Kwa-Zulu Natal are 43 without loss. They are going along at over 10 runs and over. The required run rate is now 5.4. The 2 batsmen, Tabiso Ngatane is on 18 of 18, and Tebogo Morisani, he's on 16 of 13.
Change of bowler, that one.
There is a change bowler from the Parkhurst end. We're waiting to see who it's going to be. Rolls this one through. He brings out the reverse sweep, does Molisani, and they go through for a single. 1 run. The new bowler is Pumlani Mabandla. Oh, it's not. It's Lazaro Daniels, a B3 player. Sweeps into the offside. It is collected. They come through for the single. 45 without loss. Sweeps again. And it's going to be a replay of the previous one. They just jog through for a single. Not going to take on the arm of the man out there on the boundary. I'll tell you who it is in a moment. Except that he's walking backwards, so I can't see his back. And the score is 46 without loss. This time just dinked into the offside. Lovely little shot. And they jog through for a single, no risk whatsoever. 47 without loss after 4.4 overs. Well on track to having this wrapped up around about the 14th, 15th over. Called a dead ball. Plays in the air, but it is going to land safely well ahead of Mankrindi, who is in the fine leg position. They go through for a single. Played again into the onside, actually through the gap there, and Mklindi's going to have to chase. He gets there. He's hurt himself with it though. A very good diving stop over the top of the ball, but I think he's done his knee as he dived, and he's in a bit of pain. So we're probably going to have a substitute come onto the field. After 5 overs, 50 up. Kwa-Zulu are going along at exactly 10 runs and over. They require 80 runs from a further 90 balls, and with a required run rate of 5.3. So there's going to be a little bit of a pause now while we wait for the medics to just treat Manklindi. Hopefully he's not too seriously injured, and we will keep you updated. They are going to continue. The bowler is Walter Mova, and he is a B3.
Ah, no, they just considered. My kid is bowling. Yeah. The problem is not the price they are giving us for the island, it's cheap.
Right, well, we're waiting for things to get moving here. The bowler is going to be Kolani Materi. He's a B1, going to be bowling from the green side end. Facing him is Tebogo Molisani, B3. Not quite sure what is the hold up here now. Definitely have noticed that the umpires are far more lenient around time in this week than they would normally be in a conventional T20, where we are under such pressure to keep the game moving. Slow ball from Kolani, and it is thrown back in. There is, for a moment there, I thought there was a chance of a run out, but they go through for 2. 52 without loss.
No, but you can rectify the error. You still can benefit.
Played into the onside. They're coming through for 2. Oh, they're going to take an overthrow as well. There's 3 runs. 54 without loss. Slapped through to mid-off.
Overthrows.
There's a chance of overthrows. They are going to take them. There's a B3 there who collects it. He's the man who's we've watched him twice in the last 2 days have his runners run him out during his batting innings. Siviwe Bonase, and but Field doing well in his fielding attempts there. 57 without loss, is it? 58 without loss. Played strongly through the covers. Looks they are going to come through easily for 2, and I'm waiting for a no ball signal. There it is, the no ball signal from the umpire, and so that will be 3 runs from that ball. Slapped straight through mid-on. He's chasing the ball down towards us here in the commentary position. They come through for 2. 61 without loss. Played through mid-on straight to the man who is fairly deep, so they are able to take a single. Still only 2 men allowed out beyond the boundary for the next 3 balls. Then we'll be at the end of the power play. Played to the man, it is Bonase again at square leg, who does very good to prostrate himself and disrupt the ball's flow. And that is 1 run and 1 ball remaining. $65 without loss. Roll ball,
because the last ball
played towards mid-on.
We're going to 2-0 for
Final ball of the 6th over. They go through for a single. That's 66 without loss.
16, so yeah.
And the end of the over. So at the end of the 6th over, KZN need another 64 off 84 balls. 10 wickets still in hand. Oh, we're getting a bonus 7th ball.
So what must we do now?
I'm fine. Never to delete from the right bowler. Yeah.
So they take a single off that extra ball of the over. That takes them through to 67 without loss after 6 overs. I'll give you the exact stats now in a moment. We happy with that? Yes, we are. So Kwa-Zulu Natal needs 63 runs off 84 balls with 10 wickets in hand. Their current run rate is about 11, and the required run rate is 4.5. Right, there's a reverse sweep in the first ball of the 2nd over. This one is going to run away for 4. It's right near our commentary position. And it's always a bit of a thrill as a little kid when I remember you were sitting at Wanderers and the ball came down to where you were sitting. You got to get close to your heroes as they came to fetch it. And that is 4 runs to
Change of bowler.
um,
Change of bowler.
Tebogo Molisani.
It's his twin
And he is now on
Daniels.
26 of 20. 30 of 20, I think. Lazalo Daniels is the bowler. Swept into the onside this time. They're going to get at least one. There's definitely 2 runs there as well. They're going to come back for the second. Kwa-Zulu Natal. They had a short run. This is an endemic problem here in the National Blind Cricket Week. I'm not convinced it's got too much to do with the sightedness of the players. I think it's slightly sloppy from the batsmen, but we've had a lot of short runs. Played again into the onside. Fielded there by number 11, who is fielding at fine leg. They go through for the single at number 11, Sonwa Billiam Kasi, and the score goes to 73 without loss. Oh, there's a man-cad. An appeal for man-cad there. It certainly looked out from where I was sitting, and I think the umpires. There's no requirement to give a warning in that situation, and the umpires have turned it down. So maybe he did feel he was in his crease. Played into the onsides. They come through for a single. 74 without loss after 6.4. It's a tricky one, this man-cad with underarm bowlers, because you're not as obviously in your delivery stride as you would be with an overarm bowler. And so it does blur the lines a little bit between what would be fair and not from the bowler. They do take a single there. They go through to 76 without loss. 2 runs. They took 2 runs. Sorry, 76 without loss. And so 1 ball remaining in the 7th over. There is an attempt at a sweep. It is a wide ball down the leg side. So we're going to have to bowl that again. 77 without loss. 53 runs required now. Faster ball, and he just gets a little bit of bat on it, or possibly off the leg, and it trickles into the onside. No run. That is the end of that over. At the end of 7 overs, Kwa-Zulu Natal 77 without loss, all the 7s. They require 53 runs off 78 balls, 10 wickets in hand, a required run rate of about 4 runs and over, and a achieved run rate of 11 runs and over. So they're very, very much in control of this. The new batsman is my favourite of this team, Sivewe Bonase, the man whose runners keep on sending him down the creek while he's batting. He batted very, very nicely this morning, and was distraught to have had some stupid running in his innings. And he's not going to be bowling from the greenside end. Fairly quick bowler for a B3. Swept into the onside. It is going to be Lazalo Daniels who will come around and collect it. Fires it back in. They settle for a single, 78 without loss.
No ball.
And another no ball given. Which brings us to then 79 without loss. Attempt to drive it back past the keeper, but he does find Tim Stones, and it is called a no ball, unfortunately, for being wide outside the off stump. This is also going to be a no ball. The batsman will chase it though. Another no ball. 80 without loss. 81 without loss. A little bit straighter this time and swept from the stumps square to the leg side. And they go through for a single. There's a bit of a fumble and they're going to run on the fumble. They'll get there easily. And 2 to the total, 83 without loss. The two batsmen, Sepo Molisani is 36 off 28. Tabiso Ngatane is 32 off 28. Driven strongly back past the boat here. A shot that I don't think is played enough by B3 players in this format, and it is 4 runs accruing to the bat of he walks towards the ball. This will be given as a no ball as well again, I think, and it is played into the onside. There is the no ball signal from the umpire, and it is a no ball +1. 88 without loss. No, we moved on to 90 without loss. We missed the chance to say 2 fat ladies. And they run in. Now there's an argument to be said that once the umpire signalled that it's a dead ball, I would have thought that that the umpire probably should have given dead ball there.
It shouldn't have been allowed.
Was given though. 91 without loss. That's going to be very wide down the leg side, possibly given as a no ball. It is another no ball. No free hits in this competition. Alright, the ball that's just been bowled was yet another no ball. I unfortunately probably cursed young Seviwe with the commentator's curse earlier by calling him my favourite member of this border team, mostly for his poor luck in choice of runners, but he's really struggling with this over somewhat. 94 without loss now. Oh, swept strongly into the onside. It is going to run away to the boundary. Yes, that is 4 runs. Very good shot by Tabiso Ngatane. He goes now to 36 off 29. Teboko Molisani is 43 off 33. And the score at the moment, 98 without loss. After 7.3 overs. How many balls have we actually had bowled in this over, gents? 1, 2... No. I mean total including the no balls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 balls so far, and we are only halfway through this over.
It's 9.
Is it 9? Is it 9? Oh, sorry.
It was 2 plus no ball. So
Oh, is that how it works? Okay, it's 9. Okay, so I was unfairly maligning. Seviwe, no ball again. That brings not quite the 100 up. 99 without loss after 7.3. Leg side wide, I think. No ball again. That brings up the 100. 100 after 7.3 overs. And so KwaZulu Natal now need 30 runs of 75 balls. The current run rate is 13. The required run rate is 2.4. Very much KZN's day.
Amabhola plus 12, 55 plus 12.
Played strongly into the leg side. And they are going to come through for a single. 101 without loss. 2 balls remaining in this over. Sweeps into the onside. There is a man there. They're going to come through for the single. 102 without loss.
So le one ear is a good one, ne? Is a good one. I think Mark yenze kule no problem.
That I'm afraid is going to be another no ball. 103.
Really 26 in this whole
No ball leg side, left alone by the batsman. I think he could have got himself 4 runs there if he had had a swing at that. Sweeps this away into the onside. They're going to come through for a single. Watching the umpire. It is not given.
over.
KZN batsman getting a drinks break here. I wouldn't have allowed this as an umpire in T20 game, but the umpires are being lax.
What's happening now?
No, this is poor. These guys took a water break without receiving permission from the captain. And the captain is remonstrating with the umpires. I don't really know what can be done though. I mean, once it's happened, it's a poor show, but you can't give a guy out for getting water. This is where it's very, very important that the umpires remain aware and chase the water guys off when they come. It's very, very important that the umpires maintain control of their pitch.
Bangela man. 105, yes.
So it's 23.
I don't blame you guys for falling behind this. Five.
Right, well, the bowler is going to be
Bangela.
the captain, Bongela Manklindi. Scored 47 in the first innings. His bowling so far, he's had no wickets for 8 runs in his first over. That first ball was it a dot? Yeah.
Yes.
Dinked into the offside. They going the Tim Stones. The keeper is going to run after it, and they jog through for a single. 106 without loss. 24 required.
39 and 44. 38 at the end of the over.
Yeah.
And 44.
It's in only about 20, 31, 32,
Yeah, it's 44.
Wide ball called. This is leg side wide. 107 without loss. Slapped into the offside.
no ball.
And a no ball is given. Oh, this is becoming a problem for Border.
Far from a no ball.
Getting this far.
Is the no being given for 3 behind square on the leg side? If not, it should
Yeah,
be.
3 behind square.
Yeah, they've got 3 behind square on the leg side.
But I mean, why you go to on the 8 instead of
Unless
9 instead of
the umpire is not standing perfectly square.
3 behind square.
Yeah, it was 3 behind square. Well done, Nathan Ardenson. Nathan Malchus.
He shot the guy, Nathan.
He's
One and the 2 and the 6.
there we go. We've moved the B2 to in front of square. It's always satisfying as an umpire when you pick those sort of things up. Makes you look good. The most embarrassing thing is when the
38
batting captain yells at you from the side and reminds you of something like that. Right, dinked into the offsides, and again it is going to be Tim Stones to jog and collect it with his distinctive style of losing both his gloves as he chases after the ball. I've never seen a wicketkeeper do that before. Throws it in. 1 run, 110 without loss. Just 20 runs now required.
Go.
This is down the leg side. Will it be called wide? No, he hit it, or it just came off his leg slightly. I didn't see which it was. And no run.
The 20 runs now. So, I'm trying to
Attempts of the reverse sweep. Poor fielding by the keeper, and they are going to be able to come through for 2. And no signal from the umpire, so that those will accrue as runs. 18 required now for KwaZulu Natal. 112 without loss. Molisani gets down low here and plays it well down to fine leg. They jog through for a single. And that is the end of the over. At the end of the 9th over, 113 without loss. KZN needs 17 runs off 66 balls. There is going to be a change of bowler at this end. It looks like it is going to be Malwanda Swampa. Not clear who's going to. Yeah, it is going to be Malwanda. He is a B2.
Number 13. Malwande Sompa. Yes. Sompa
Now
Lompa.
I'm gonna use purple because I jumped in
Hey, a whole international score.
I'm tired. Shem. Just because I'm an international scorer doesn't mean that I'm not allowed to make mistakes.
I didn't say you were not allowed to. You shouldn't.
No way.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
She teaching me.
Outside edge, this is going to run down to third man. And the keeper is chasing. They come through for 2.
And that is
I would have thought they would have been in, and it is given as a
No ball,
no ball
no
as
ball.
well. So I'm going to
No
get
ball,
3
so
runs,
that's 50 for
116.
him.
yes.
50 up from Molaisani.
50 up for Molisani.
11:59.
His 50 came off 50 minutes, 39 balls, 2 fours, strike rate of 128. Great batting by the young man. Attempted reverse sweep given as a wide. 117 now without loss, just 13 runs required. Swept down to a square fine leg or a backward square leg, and they go through for a single. 118 now without loss. Wide ball given, 119 without loss. Counting down now to the end of this game, I think. There are 5 balls remaining in this over. Can KZN score the 11 runs required? He sweeps this again, and there is a man covering it down there. It is Lazalo Daniels who will collect it, and they go through for 1.
10 to win.
10 to win, 120 without loss, and 10 to win. Same again, sweeping it into the onside. Daniels will do the collecting. They jog through for a single. 121 without loss. Umpire calls it wide, and so we're on to 122 without loss. Just 8 runs required now off 63 balls. Played into the offside, just a bunt. They'll take an easy single. Teboho on 52, Tabiso is on 42. It doesn't look like Tabiso is going to be able to get to his 50 unless he really hogs the strike and hits a couple of boundaries. Oh, he misses that one down the leg side. That is actually Molisani who missed that. Teboho Molisani, he's on 52 or 41. And the score now 124. Just 6 runs to win. Finish it with a shot, chaps. He plays this round. There is a chance of a run out here, as I don't think they were expecting Mankindi in the circle to field that. But there are overthrows, and it is a short run. $125 without loss.
5 rounds.
Oh, they just block and run here. And the attempted shy means that they will get another run. And now it is just 3 runs to win. End of the over, 10 overs gone, 127 without loss. This batting partnership of Tabiso and Teboho going very, very well. And Kwa-Zulu Natal wrapping this up with no problems whatsoever.
Three runs.
it's on. Right, so there is it going to be Mankrindi again to bowl, or is no? There is another man there as well, though.
It's only begging when you ask for the phone.
I'm not sure.
Walter. Never.
You think that the new bowler is Walter Mava?
Yeah, he hasn't.
It is going to be a wide outside the off stump. 2 runs now required. In other words, scores are equal, 129 without loss, and so next run will take Kwa-Zulu Natal to victory here in this game against Border, and he's not going to get it there. He hits it straight at short mid wicket where Manklindi does the fielding. No run. That is the ball game, played into the offsides. There's no reason to run 2. The game is over. 130 without loss, and that is the end of this match. 130 without loss. Tabiso Ngatani scored 44 of 42. Tebogo Moloswani, he scored 55 of 53. And Kwa-Zulu Natal win this game against Border by 10 wickets. My name has been Simon Gear. I've been doing the commentary on behalf of Pitch Vision, well, for Pitch Vision, but from 1WSR.com. Thank you very, very much for joining us. I'll be back again tomorrow for the first semi-final, and I look forward to chatting to you then. Cheers. And we always like to just give a Man of the Match awards. In this case, it's the B3 batsman, Tebogo Moloswani, for Kwa-Zulu Natal. He scored 55 runs of 43 balls, and his bowling figures very, very strong as well. 4 overs, 18 runs, and the 1 wicket. Well done, Tebogo Moloswani.